So welcome everyone, good evening. This is our last virtual live OPT Artist Talk series. So thanks for everyone who's been coming to all of these and joining and enjoying our chats. My name is Megan and I am the Marketing and Events Coordinator here at the Vernon Public Art Gallery. As a cultural institution, I would like to respectfully acknowledge that I am located on the unceded and ancestral territory of the Selix people. I would also like to thank Alternatives Funeral and Cremation Services for supporting the gallery and our artist talks. Tonight, I am very happy to introduce to you Nils-Erik Mattsson. Nils is an award-winning artist who was born in 1952 in Gothenburg, Sweden. He is a graduate from the Valand Academy of Fine Arts in Gothenburg. Since the early 80s, he has held solo exhibitions in Gothenburg and Stockholm, as well as several other cities in Sweden. Mattsson has been included in numerous group exhibitions in Sweden and abroad, and he has created several public commissions at different sites in Sweden, including various media, ranging from mosaic floors, mural paintings, limestone reliefs, and laminated glass. So just a bit of housekeeping before we begin. This talk will be recorded and uploaded to our YouTube channel. So if you feel comfortable, please turn your mic and camera on at the end of the chat, and we can have a little question and answer period. I will also be taking questions in the chat if you prefer that. And without further ado, please give a warm virtual welcome to Nils.
Yes.
All right, take it away, guys.
Hello, and everybody. I'm very glad what happens. It disappeared.
No, I don't know. Are we still online?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll just turn my screen off when you guys start so that when the recording goes, it just focuses on you guys.
Okay.
So you guys are still good.
Yes.
Yes, I said I'm very glad to be in with you and honored to be in Okanagan Print Triennial 2021 and represented by the Non-Public Art Gallery. And I have prepared, made a little PowerPoint presentation and will show some older and some very new prints for you. Yes, I will start. Is it coming here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will start with the print message, as two of them are in the Triennial. I have small text there. Tongues, language, tree, paper, writing, notes, all is visible. As a colleague of mine wrote about the message, and I am, as an artist, interested in the contrast between sharpness and blurredness. I found a shape in the bark of a copper maple tree and the line of hole between the text side. Next. Yes, next side. Text side, and together with text from a notebook damaged by water during fire extinguishing. Yes, it's a difficult word from us. And now you can see both sides of the writing at the same time. Yes. I can be inspired of very simple things, like the pattern of a metallic shining tray. And I started scanning the tray and made an image in the computer and printed it. Much later, I made a bigger version and draw the pattern by hand and printed some variations of it. Yes. I also like to bake bread. Yes. And I put the bread on the table in front of a big painting covered with a black plastic. And I saw the reflection in the plastic and took some photos that I used as a ground for these images. You can see them. This print I have named Sonatina for Whistle. For me, it's a kind of landscape for music. From this version, number 3, I have reduced, from this I have in print number 1 and 2 reduced and taken away forms and color to get a more minimalistic expression of the whistle. This is from 2008. And I put them two together to a diptyque. In the variations, I use the background idea from the sonatine, the rectangular pattern, but without objects. No, it's about composition and color. I made several prints in very small and unique editions. I made this to find out how the different colors and forms influence each other. There's some working photos from a montage of the prints. Installation, yes.
For an exhibition.
Since 1978, I'm a part owner of a studio everyday picture. Together with some colleagues. This makes it possible for me to print and work with very small editions. Generally, I use photosensitive aluminum plate for my prints in the flatbed press. For 5 years ago, I was invited to the exhibition Naturmort, created by Michael Petri and Roberto Ekholm. The exhibition was on tour and visiting Bohusläns Museum in Sweden, National Museum Wroclaw in Poland, and ended at Guildhall Art Gallery in London, 2018. I showed my work round table in the exhibition. As you can see a photo from Bohusläns Museum here. Last year, I started to make prints, lithographies from photos which I have taken on assemblage. The first time I showed these prints was in the beginning of this year in Mölnlycke Culture House in Sweden. I started to print this image in 4-color separation and a suite of 3 different colors. The yellow you saw before, and the blue, and now you can see the red. I decided to ended up and take away the background, just keeping the objects and the shadows to accentuate the 3-dimensional feelings. I have printed varnish on some of the lithographies as a finish and to make the color more deep, but only over the objects and the shadows. I found this. I found the form of the printing plates for the varnish so interesting that I made a series of prints in monochrome colors. And here are some examples. Yes, here we go. I use just and they are from this year here. I will end this PowerPoint presentation with some more photos from my last exhibition. Together with the prints, I show assemblage, ready-made, and mixed media in the exhibition cases. You can see them here. And I like to...
Nästa.
What?
Nästa. Där nu då.
I like to put things together and arrange them so you can see them in a new perspective. And in the next, like here, you can see there's many different parts, like this stripes of color. It's from when I print, I always take a color example to collect from the printing, and some of them I find interesting. In the next, in the next vitrine. No, here is some example from this
Details.
details. Yes. In this vitrine, I have built a story around a part of an occult game, screen printed on plexiglass, with ready-mades and several survival kit that includes a knife, a whistle, old Japanese netsuke, skull, a glass, a tooth, and a little cross from Medjugorje in Bosnia. They are all printed in green. And of course, next we can see, of course, you see, we need to know the temperature. Oh, that was my little presentation of some prints. What do you think?
Thank you so much. I loved it. I mean, I saw your other works that you submitted to the show, but it's so nice to see all the color in your newest work.
Yeah.
I find it very, very powerful. And yeah, I'm really interested by that.
Nice to hear.
So I was going to open up the floor. So I know we have Briar here as well. If he wants to say anything.
I do. I have a dog that's whining to go outside right now. So I'm going to stand up outside, but I'll be right back.
Okay.
Yes, han kommer strax tillbaka.
Okay. Yeah. Quite short, I think. It was just
How fast was this?
too fast, maybe.
That was about 16 minutes, but that was perfect. I thought it was great. Yeah, I love all the new work, and I like all the objects that you have as well with the work, and that you've printed them and had them laying beside. So is that how you have them in the displays in the gallery? You have the ready-made objects there with the printed versions as well?
I think this is a good combination to put the prints together with something else to make it more. I heard it was many people looking. This was in February, and there was a lot of people coming trots the the epidemic. Epidemic.
Even though
COVID.
it was an epidemic.
Yes, there was people coming and try to visit it in small groups, very small groups. But yes, what? I'm not looking.
Yes.
No. Two of them, this red without background, this object number 1, and the one with the green top. We went today to an exhibition in up in Sweden, 100 kilometers from here, something. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm curious.
Yes, I can answer questions if I maybe.
Yes. Yeah, I'm curious about the pandemic and that body of work that you made, that you showed, that you broke all the pieces out, so they were just single forms and colors. They all seemed very much about single forms. And is there a reference to physical isolation in that, paring things down? Because most of your earlier work, or many of your works, put a bunch of different things together. And I'm assuming that we are being asked to connect the dots in a way and look for meanings between those things. But then that body of work seemed very much about the singular form or a singular structure. And I wonder if it had something to do with the idea of physical isolation and maybe loneliness that came with this past weird year.
Yes, it could be something in that, but I don't know really. But I found it interesting to isolate this form and just print it in. And I made many more prints after this, and I put not just one color. I print even if there's just a form, I maybe print 2 and 3 and 4 colors on it, and it happens something in the surface that is interesting. Really, yeah. I build up very level. What heter det, lager? A layer, yes.
So the colors get very thick.
Yeah.
Yes, and intensity. Yes.
Men, om du har med kroppen och isolationen här, så kanske det är subconscious mer, kan du säga. Rather, I think it's I'm helping Nils out a little bit,
Yes.
and I think it's having to do with the epidemic and isolation that might be subconscious if it is. Yeah.
Perhaps. So, I'm not quite sure about that, but maybe. I don't know. You know, you never can tell about everything that you do in prints and why I do like this. And well, I found it interesting to always make new things. I have utmaning, vet du det? I have a challenge to try to make new things.
It's a good challenge.
Maybe.
I'm one of the organizers of the exhibition. I was on one of the jurors for the exhibition. So I just wanted to say that your two prints that are in the show are amongst my favorites in the show, in part because of that dialogue between the two halves and that sense of what's hidden, that the text is somewhat erased from the extinguisher and being water damaged, but that to me creates an incredible mystery, and I really want to look at those lines of text and how they play off of the bark, the tree. It's very nice. It has a really beautiful, really lovely dialogue between the two halves.
Thank you.
And it's a quality that I think
that is the first in the message one. Number one, there is the Swedish Society of Printmaking they all, every year they make editions, like a map with some prints in, and this was for some years. I think was 2018. Some years ago. So it's and it has been popular. It has been in India, in New Delhi, in an exhibition, and in Europe, in several places, also outside Sweden. So that's nice. There's a possibility, you know, with prints that you can spread them out.
Yes. Yeah.
If you have many, but this monochrome forms is just 1 or 2 or 3. I started maybe with 5 papers, and then I print in one color, and then I take away maybe 2 and print another color on 3 and see what happens. And then I maybe take a new color and print on 2 of the 3 and so on. So it's very small editions, and that's funny. It's nice to. I have an idea to put many together, like a big. There happens something when you put them together, like these variations that I made for some years ago. That also that I printed a lot of them, and see what happens when they
put variations.
Yes, variations. Yeah.
Yeah. And I have another question, and I'm curious about your press. Is it a very old press, or is it fairly new?
No, it's a very old. It's I think it's from the 50s. It's a German press, and I think it's from 54, 55, something like around that. It's from. We had it in 78, and we started this studio, and it's still working.
Yes. Oh, the old ones always do.
It's not too big, and it's not too complicated, and we have to maybe to make some new things on it to repair and so on, but it works.
Yeah.
It's nice. And we are very few people working at it, just me and 2, 3 more maybe. So it's
No,
more,
so is that a kind of press that a lot of people use in Sweden or in Europe? Because we don't
yes,
see a lot of those in
there
Europe.
there are several in Sweden. Not there's, I think I know about 2 or 3 more at least in this kind. And of course, there are in Germany. You maybe find quite many.
Right.
But this was kind of proof printing press for in the industry to make small proof printing. You know,
Right.
before they put them in a big. But you also can use stone in it if you want. You can take down the place where you put the plate.
Plate board.
Yeah,
I don't know.
you can put it down to put in a stone, limestone, and yeah.
It always seems to me, I went to graduate school in Edmonton at the University of Alberta, and they had 2 of those kinds of presses, but very few schools in Canada have them. And but it
Okay.
always seemed like the best way to print litho,
Mm.
that you can see the image face up is
Yeah.
easier to
Quite
align.
nice.
Layers.
Yeah. It's easy to change things, and you can see what happens very quick when you work, and it takes some time, you know, it goes like I show in the small film there. So you have time to, but it's good.
Time to work on it. No.
What did you say?
No.
No, nothing. Yeah,
Tala skägget för annars så
skägget.
Ja.
My
Nej, tala ut ordentligt.
Yes. Yes, I printed on it since 78. Yes, so it's many years now.
Yes.
And
Well, you do get incredible color too. You've got beautiful colors in your prints, and if that's built up over a number of layers,
yeah,
terrific stuff. Love it.
I use also some put covered white in the colors to make it more opaque, yes, and strong. Yeah. No, the light is coming in Sweden. When we started here, it was dark outside. Now it's really light.
We also had someone join from Argentina, and she just said, I arrived a little late. I'm a printmaker. Very interesting.
Yeah. Okay. Nice to hear.
Yeah. So, well,
And,
I just want to say thanks again for waking up so early in Sweden and doing this. This is amazing. I'm sure people are going to enjoy rewatching. This will be on our website and everything. So, yeah.
Yes, thank you very much. This is wonderful. It was one of the only good things that came from the pandemic was that we, as part of this exhibition, started organizing, or the gallery organized these talks. And it's been terrific because unfortunately tonight, not very many people showed up, but it's been terrific to have this, and it'll be a great resource having your talk online for other people to see. We really appreciate it.
I think this is going to be more of this talking with Zoom and so on after this.
It opens up very much possibilities.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's too bad we didn't think of it before.
It might talk the last one.
The pandemic.
It might talk the last one in this series.
Yeah, there's a few pre-recorded ones that I'm gonna hopefully put up, but yours is the last live one.
Oh, so there are
Ja, de spelas inte in på så här.
Okay. I understand.
Yes.
From
But
Italy.
thank you so much. And it's
Yes,
been
thank you.
a joy to watch your talk. And I enjoyed it a lot. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you for chatting with us.
Hey.